So now we are going to talk about CAPTCHA. So I think you already heard about CAPTCHA. Like if you want to create a new account in Gmail or in Facebook, you need to they provide some image and you have to write what is in the image, written in the image. So this text was some distorted text, so you have to read that and put it in the box. Okay, so that is actually CAPTCHA. And this CAPTCHA actually it is proposed by Alan Turing in 1950. Okay, so in that test, human ask question to human and a computer without seeing either if questioner can distinguish human from computer. Okay. So this CAPTCHA it is completely automated public tuning test to tell computer and human apart. Okay, so this CAPTCHA test is done to see whether it is a human or it is a machine. Okay, there are some scoring system also. Through there you can it's going to score a program. Okay, so the human can pass the test, but machine cannot pass the test. So CAPTCHA is used to restrict access to resources to human, not computers. Okay. Suppose if you want to get some access to some resources, so you have to pass the CAPTCHA test. Okay, so it means if you are human, you can have some access to some resources, but computer or some machine they don't have access to that resources. How can you do that? You put a CAPTCHA test before. So if CAPTCHA test is passed, that means it is a human, and if it is failed, that means that is not human. Okay, we'll see the uses of CAPTCHA later. So the main uses of CAPTCHA is automated bots. So what happens? Some intruder or hacker they actually create some bot. They create some bot or they run some script in a system. So suppose for creating new account, so they create some bots. They actually uh, create a new account. Okay, like in free email services also. Uh, So automated system it creates like thousands of email account. Okay, so no human is involved here. Just a hacker. He just wrote a script and just run the script. So in this way, actually, uh, now in this place actually we can use CAPTCHA. Okay. Like it can be used in voting system. Like there is a bot automated or spammer he used a bot to vote for a particular person. Okay, so it will just automatically uh, vote for like 1000 or 10,000 votes. Okay, so to restrict this one we need to use this CAPTCHA test. Also like in DDoS, sometimes DDoS attack, so they create some bot, they create a new network node and access to a particular website. So what will happen, like 1000, 10,000, so that server have to access 10,000 user simultaneously. So that is then the server actually overloaded. Okay, and then that server crash. Okay, so in this, for restrict this one, we are using CAPTCHA. Okay, so that only human can get access. Okay, and also there are some sites that do not they don't want to be automatically indexed by search engine. Okay, so in those cases also we can use CAPTCHA. But for CAPTCHA, it must be easy for most human to pass. Okay, that is the main rule actually. It will be easy for human, but difficult for or impossible for machines. Okay. Although you might have seen some videos like some machine actually passing some CAPTCHA test. Okay, so like there are different kinds of captcha, like it will be text based captcha, but suppose someone is blind. Okay, so in that case you can use some sound. Okay, like I have seen different kinds of captcha, like text, then they play a sound, and in the sound there is a number, suppose, and you have to hear that number and put it the number there. Okay. And nowadays, a new kind of captcha is mini system actually, mini website also. They use different kind of captcha, especially a Gmail like they give some part of some picture and they say it like which pictures have a part of a car or part of a bridge. So you have to select those part. So that is easy, comparatively easy for humans rather than machine. If you only use text-based captcha, so nowadays OCR, image processing, those techniques are improved. Okay, so you can build a system that can easily break text-based captcha. So in nowadays, the text-based captcha is have a less uses, and this image based or sound based uh, capture being used. For example here, so find the two words in the following. Okay, so like for example here, the first one is here, fork and arm. Okay, so you can easily, it is it is easy for humans, but for uh, computers this is a problem. But if you just write fork and arm straight like this, in that case there are some computer program that can easily understand. So you need to make it distorted, okay, so that it would be difficult for computers. So as I said, there are visual capture, audio capture, no text based captures. This book is written actually couple of years ago. Okay. But nowadays the techniques have been changed. Okay. So there is a relationship between this capture and AI. Okay. For example, we were talking about distorted text. Okay. So we are assuming it is difficult for machines, but is it? Okay. So nowadays, AI, machine learning AI solution, those solution are given for image processing. Okay. And or also like natural language processing, those part also. Okay. So they can easily can understand what is in that distorted text. Okay. So most of the captcha is now in distorted text based. Some of them are voice based and image based, but the technology is improving day by day. The AI is improving day by day. So maybe in couple of years this text based captcha will be obsolete. Okay. So mm, that means the hacker actually who actually want to break captcha, he need to build some system based on some AI, artificial intelligence, to break that captcha. Okay, so it's not impossible, but you have to put actually a lot of effort. Okay, I have seen a video on YouTube that there is an option like click here if you are human. Okay, so the program actually written by someone, he can be a hacker or someone, so he actually write a program, so a robot hand, he have a pen and he moves to that box and press there. Okay, so that actually breaks the fundamental rule of captcha. Okay, so you cannot identify is it done by human or is it done by a machine. So that is all about CAPTCHA. Now let's discuss a little about firewall. Uh, Firewall are basically for networking side, and we are not actually discussing about networking part too much, but I'm just giving an idea what how actually this firewall works. So who have taken the networking course, you might know these things. Like in networking we have different layer: application layer, presentation layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. So we have, whenever we send some information from one computer to another computer, then we have to traverse all these layers. Okay, so that is the flow of network layer interaction. So firewall, how firewall works? So firewall is like a middleman, or like your bodyguard or your secretary. So whenever what kind of traffic is coming from internet, he actually blocked. Okay, to take those connection into the internal network. Okay, so firewall determine what to let in to the internal network and what to let out. Okay, so this is a form of access control. So you are giving access to some traffic, and you are not giving access to some you are not giving access to them to some other traffic. Okay, so those are defined in the firewall system. So every operating system usually have this firewall. So this firewall is like a secretary. Okay, suppose you want to meet someone, so you have to contact the secretary first. Okay, then the secretary will take information from you, and he or she actually decide that if you can meet him or not. Okay, so suppose you want to meet the chair of CS department, then what the secretary do, he'll do some filtering. Like not everybody, like we have 10 people, so the secretary don't mm, give access to all these 10 people to meet the CS department head. Okay, they might meet some filtering. But if you want to meet president of US or president of Bangladesh, so what will happen, that secretary, he'll do a lots of filtering, and then he might give you access. Okay, so firewall actually work like that. Okay, so we can use this firewall in it, as I said, in operating system and also in different layer. Like in network layer we can use packet filter, in transport layer we can use stateful packet filter, in application layer we can use application proxy. Okay, and in home network or for a single user we use some personal firewall as provided by the operating system. Okay, so this firewall is like in just if I just summarize, it is like a barrier before accessing the resources. Okay, so based on the information you are providing, that firewall give you the access to the particular system.